Alright guys, I got a challenge lock from the guy that actually made all of these trays. So Steve Szeles put together not only this beautiful tray and another one off to the side over here. Very nice. He took what I believe is probably about the nastiest ABUS ever to be manufactured. These were for sale on eBay, I guess a couple of years ago. I think that stands for, somebody told me, the New York City Housing Authority. And these are nasty for a couple reasons. I think the ABUS engineers that came up with this probably ought to be thrown in prison because it is so difficult to get into. First of all, that keyway is just absolutely tiny. We got some warding right in the center of it, which means you really got to work from that right side off of that piece of warding. Doesn't give you a lot of room to work with. But it does allow you to use bottom of the keyway, because none of my top of the keyway wrenches are small enough to fit into this thing. The other thing is they put what I believe is probably the spring from a heavy-duty Chevrolet pickup truck. I'm joking, of course, but there's a very powerful spring on these cores, so you have to tension it right to a tipping point. If you put too much tension, you won't be able to feel any of your feedback, and if you don't put enough tension, which is what I tend to do with this lock, you won't end up setting any pins. They'll just fall right back down. You got a very careful tension management. So because this keyway is so small, I'm going to dig around, try to find a pick that I can actually fit up inside of there. I will clamp it up and we'll see if we can't get Steven's lock picked. He said this is a challenge lock and they're really hard when they're standard pins, but I can't imagine what it's going to be like. But we'll give it a shot, guys. Alright guys, got this evil lock put into the dungeon here, clamped down. Steve did give us a key. These ABUS security keys are in some kind of encapsulated in this hard, it looks like shrink wrap, but it's like industrial strength. Doesn't matter, we're going to pick it. We don't need the stinking keys. I'm going to go bottom of the keyway. This is the very smallest tension wrench I have, and he's going to take up a full 1/3 of the keyway. It doesn't matter because those evil German and lock engineers put that piece of warding right there. We can't pick from the bottom, doesn't matter. Instead, I've got to take this tiny little Sparrows hybrid, I don't remember the name of him. I'm going to work from this ledge right here and go cross the keyway at an angle and hopefully be able to get around that piece of warding right there. So, if that isn't enough, finding the right tension is going to be a challenge. This is a very tough spring, and if you put too much tension, everything binds. You don't put enough tension, everything falls. And you gotta find that sweet spot right in the middle. All right, I'm going to apply very heavy tension right about there, I think. Let's see if we can find something binding. We got 4. Alright, I think we got him. Alright, let's recock that. I might have overdone 4. This tension's a killer, man. Okay, 3. Wow. Look at that finger. That's just from a minute of picking. This spring, man. I could put it on my car. All right. Not a lot of room to play around back there. That number 5's got a pretty good spring on him. See if we can pick him first. Not cooperating. Start from the front. You got a binder right here in the front. Okay, that was 2. It was like 3. I heard 2 fall back down. Got a little bit of fault set going. Get 2 again. Okay, that was 2. 3's okay. Yeah, I think 1 is okay, still springy. Nobody else is giving feedback here, guys. I'm going to go back to 3, give him another click. Okay, I just touched 6. I got a little bit of turn of the core there. You know what? Let me center that. Sorry about that. I just looked at the camera screen. There, that was 3. A little click, counter rotation. I got a good click on him. Looking for counter rotation, some kind of feedback. There's like 3 again. Got a click on him. I break this pick, keep this up. I think that's counter rotation on 2. Okay, got a little jerk there. We do have a fault set working now, and we got an open. What a nasty lock. These Avises, some of these spring-loaded cores are just killers. All right, let's see what we got in here. It's probably going to take some weird, only found in Germany wrench. Hey, look at there. I'll be darned. If you get this far, they make it easy. Easier. It's probably welded in place. Nope, it's even loose. Okay, nothing up in there. Set him over there. Get this down here. All right, looks like an American core. This is the WD-40 I put in there to give myself a little bit of insurance. All right, we got a circlip. I got a circlip remover. And somebody said use the flat part. I don't know what you're talking about. And this might work in another universe, so that's not going to work either. So instead, I'm going to take this little hook on here and drag this dude off like that. So whatever works. All right. Small diameter. I need a half moon. Take this guy. There's a half moon. It's an awful lot of trouble for one little lock. Before we do this, because I know it is probably a challenge lock, I am going to grab this piece of shim maybe and stick it right here. Then he'll bridge that gap. Hopefully. All right, what do we got here? Looks like all 6 of them. Serrated. Oops. Standard. 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 Serrated. And standard. And I see nothing here, guys. Let me grab where'd my light go? Looks like chamber 1, 3, and 6 are threaded, and that's it. Nothing else in the chambers. Alright, I'm going to try to catch these as they come out. This follower is very tight. Oh, that's my shim. I thought, where in the world did that hole go? Like Steve filled that up with solder. All right. Oh, man. All right, let me see if I can turn that guy to move that shim. All right, I think that will work. All right, we have a very sharp, looks like a little T-pin there. It is a pin and pin, and he's serrated. Alright, next guy. And of course our shim is now getting in the way. Come on, give me a break. Tiny little spring. Ah! Where'd you go, you little devil? Okay, it's a little serrated guy. Alright. There's another little... if I can get him. Come out of there, you little devil. That shim is really screwing things up for us. Thought I rotated him out of the... okay, there is the number 4. I'm sorry, number 5. Little serrated spool looking thing. And the last one. See if I can get that shim out of there now. That is really pinched in there. Very tight. And the last one, very powerful spring. And it looks like another pin and pin. Oh, let me put this guy right here. So another little pin and pin. Ah. It's like building a watch. So there you go. Let's take a look here. We can tell from the top of this that we've got some threaded ones. Looks like, let me find the right side here. Looks like 1, 3, and 6. Same ones that are threaded on the core are threaded on the Bible. Very nasty. When you combine that with this very strong spring tension, it's really hard to feel those fine little serrations and find out if you're getting a set or a counter rotation or what it is exactly you're feeling. So I got to tell you, I think I was probably very, very lucky to get into this. So there's what your pins look like. On the bottom we have only 2 serrated key pins. All the rest are standards. And then on the top, well, you can see for yourself. We have 2 pin and pins. One of them was right here in position 1 and the other is in position 6. And the rest of these are all variations, homemade ones. Very nice work, very fine detail. The key, I'm not going to forget it. Get the old Swiss Army knife, if it'll cut through this stuff. Wow, that's tough. Oh, wow, that's tough. This is melted onto there. Unbelievable. Okay. Yeah, that was not sliding out of there. Here's what your bitting looks like. Very nice. I thought it would have been a little more challenging than that. It was challenging enough the way it was, so thank goodness it wasn't bitted any more extreme than that. I would never would have got in this thing. Anyway, Stephen, thank you, sir, for the pinning trays. Thank you, sir, for the wooden lock and also this awesome Abus 3455. Very nasty lock. Thanks, guys. Stay safe. Stay legal.